Yeah. I tried joining some of the other spaces, but they had like themes. Themes are so constraining.
You just
Today
want
we're
you
going to be
want an
talking
audience.
about
That's all. No, I'm talking to Mike.
today we're going to be talking about this thing and this thing only. Does it involve other things? No.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
good. How's it going? How was your day?
Starting the second half of the day, just making this music app, and now just kind of like learning UI at the same time.
Yeah, that's pretty
Really,
fun.
right? So it's like, yeah, with ChatGPT, you can make a button feel like it's a button pressing, and it's like, okay, you know. But to me, like the UX is the ultimate sales tool because the demo is doing what? Showing someone an interface, right? It's like time to interface. So yeah, I'm enjoying the control though. Like with what I've created, like it's a weird thing when you create stuff because you realize that there's this whole adjacent space that you just opened up. That guy Robert Wetzel really liked that Kyber thing that you did. Did you? Was that Kyber? So how much? How long does Kyber like? I can't imagine how you did that. But then again, I haven't used Kyber in a while. Hello, hello,
That
hello.
was a quote from what movie? Pirates of the Caribbean. That's right. Hello, governor.
Have you ever thought about pitching the company as that English woman?
Yeah, I have thought about it. I've given it a little bit of thought.
I think it would work. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Well, so the thing is when I use an accent, I do tend to talk more slowly, and so I'm better able to be comprehended by the people that are listening. My dad told me that when I was trying to talk to him while he was on his way to London, actually. And I've kind of gone in and out of like 3 different versions of the British accent, so I'm going to go with this as shite, yeah? Yeah.
I would love to hear the drunk version of that
If I
accent.
drink, well, like for me playing somebody who's drunk or like me drinking and trying to do it?
No, just like a drunk. If that accent, if that person you're impersonating was
Oh, you mean
drunk.
if I had a little toddy? A toddy? Oh, you wicked.
That was amazing.
Don't boost my ego too much. I won't get out of it, and I'll have a very full head.
No, I think you should keep doing
on,
it.
yeah?
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
then.
yeah. I feel like when you do an accent or a character, you feel more free, and maybe that's what your pitch needs right now is just
Dispatch
that you
justice.
get into a character.
Technology to protect your rights.
Yeah,
When you're stopped by police and you're scared they'll beat you, hit the button. Oh God, I need more. I don't know. I think my pitch just needs to be pitched before more people. I need to fill out some things today. How was y'all's day?
Chilling. Coding.
laundry.
I listened to some old recordings.
Hey, Mike, are you there, my man?
I'm here.
Is Michael there?
Uh, does
Yeah.
it matter?
Michael, I need you to remember that cannabis pipe drive, not glide app you gave me.
Oh yeah.
Can you send me the link to the app?
Yeah. I wonder if it's
I don't know if you actually saved it
still
or not.
working. Well, the thing was with the Glide Free app, it only gives you like
Oh, okay,
3
okay.
active projects. They used to give you a lot, but I think it got popular, so they like reduced
Right,
everyone's
right,
ability
right.
to publish their projects, and then it was giving me errors, so I had to delete some stuff. But the good thing is like all it takes for me to do is go into Glide apps,
Yeah,
drag in the CSV, and
sounds
mm-hmm,
good. Yeah, that'd be cool.
mm-hmm.
Just if you can, I know it was just that link. You know, just
No,
the
no,
same
no,
thing you did
it's
before,
all
but just send me the link so I can pass it to Mark. You know what
drag
I'm
and
saying?
drop. Yeah. It won't take me too long.
All right. Thanks, man. I'll be right back.
Yeah, for sure. Mhm.
Okay, you remember when Twitter used to say that they've suggested a tweet for X reason, and it'd be like somebody that you follow liked it, or someone you follow follows this person. They've stopped
Mhm.
doing that by default, and so like I have to like say not interested in something if it's someone I don't follow, and then I find out who the person is that like. So, for instance, let's just say somebody named Beth liked Emily's tweet. And so it was a tweet that like I'm not interested in. And so I clicked it. And it's like show fewer tweets from Emily. And it's like show fewer likes from Beth. I'm like, okay, it's Beth's fault. Noted. Just making some observations about Twitter things.
Yeah. I've sometimes I forgot I muted someone and no and they message her. I'm like, I wonder if I oh that's right. So between muting people and muting words, I probably miss a lot of what's
I
happening in the world.
I feel like that's definitely true. Do you ever undo your mute list? I remember when we curated a couple of those things when FTX went down.
No. I haven't deleted anything off the mute list. But, things still come up in your feed. It happens.
Like, seriously, my feed is full of people I don't follow. Today is the first day I've noticed it, but it's like, it's getting obnoxious. Although this person I think I should follow.
No, I've had when I had the experience you're having right now, I found a script on GitHub to unfollow everyone en masse. So I unfollowed like 2,000 people in like 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. So how many am I following right now? 354.
I
Yeah,
feel like we look cooler if we follow
that's
fewer
plenty.
people, but I can't help but not follow people that I meet in a space and find funny.
Yeah, sometimes it's one of those things where it's just like out of reciprocity.
No, I don't do necessarily reciprocity follow. I do the, oh, that was funny. That deserves a follow. But I don't know how people don't. Actually, I do know. So lists are something that are pretty valuable if you know how to curate them. And I'm sorry, I'm sad today. Partly because I was listening to some of the older recordings and I don't know. It's I don't I like that they're recorded because then they exist for posterity or to laugh at that one that I sent you earlier. But then on the other hand, it's maybe I'm supposed to forget that this conversation happened.
What do you mean? What conversation would you want to forget?
Well, would you really want to remember every single conversation you had verbatim?
Sometimes I like going back over them just to remember what I had.
Journal. I get
Fun music. I do. I'm a journaler.
I don't mean to laugh at you as in laugh at you, but I think that there are some things that we're meant to not have a memory of. There's a reason that it didn't create, the synapse didn't fire and it wasn't imprinted on the gray matter or whatever. And I felt the same way about Facebook when I was in college. And I've said this several times before, but I'm friends with this guy named Lodrick Ferris, who I haven't seen since first grade, but I now know that what his marital status is. And I have no connection to this guy, and I shouldn't even remember that he exists, except that his name is unique, and I know way too much about him. And there are people that are supposed to and we're supposed to leave our lives that we're still connected to because of an algorithm. And that was my fundamental issue with Facebook when it was becoming popular, and that's all. Basically, seeing my ex with my former roommate in a feed, but that made it much harder to move on from that situation. And then extrapolate that out too. There are people that leave our lives for a reason, and we're not supposed to have memories of these people. We're supposed to forget these people so we can make more room for newer things.
It's so funny because it's now been so long, every certain part of the year, I'll get, hey, remember when you got married that time? Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember. Remember this part, this part, this part, and this part, and this part. Together forever. Not really. Hey guys.
What's up?
What's going on?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
What's good, dude? That little Puff Panda sesh was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was doing several accents from different parts. I fucked it up. Never mind. Damn it.
Yeah, no, a veritable bouquet of accents to draw from. It was impressive and hilarious. It was good.
Funny.
It was pretty funny.
Hi, Septima.
Hey guys, It was funny. Are you talking about dating, like dating in the digital age or age of social media?
I was talking about how like there are conversations that I necessarily wouldn't want to remember, and like Mike records a lot of these, and so I was listening to some of them earlier and getting like I don't know, cringy about the fact that I could go back and hear things that I've forgotten I said, and it was just kind of like it wasn't dating per se, but it was just like people like it. Yeah. Anyway, because Mint Mocha Goddess Allie, who's behind Mike's mic, also she mentioned that. Yeah, but then you could remember and wouldn't you want to? And I'm like, no, because I think there are things that we're not supposed to. Anyway, I don't know if I made sense there. God, Mike.
Well, TikTok, or I'm sorry, it's been a TikTok day. Everybody's talking about TikTok. Twitter is limiting the recorded spaces now. So you can record your spaces and they'll be up for a certain period of time. And then it's like they randomly decide, oh, we're gonna just delete all old
Oh,
recorded
here,
spaces.
I gotta download everything
Like
now.
you haven't already.
I
Uh,
Venus,
thought
I
I thought
forgot
that
to say hi to you. I'm sorry. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I was listening to one of the spaces with you in particular, and your conversation with Ruckus and Dan when he started talking about the Green Book a little bit. And Dan, I clearly had not seen the movie or heard of the Green Book because of what he was saying, and I just really appreciated your insight. So, I wanted to say hi and mention that.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Um, all things considered, yeah, I'm doing good.
I thought that spaces were only recorded spaces were only kept live for like 30 days or 60 days or something. I thought there was a limit on how long they stayed live. And then they would like go into archive or something. So if you were the original owner of the space, you'd still be able to download an MP3 of it or something. Um,
I don't know. We
yeah.
do have an
I
expert.
should dig more into that though, because my other space host that I do like stuff with wants to turn our spaces into podcasts as well and like recycle the content. So I need to check on those time limits.
Mike, you spend a lot of time recording spaces and then also turning those into other things. What do you know?
So there's two really good sites that can turn your recording into an RSS feed for a podcast. One is called Zealous.one, and the other one is called Flowgen, Jin. And those two places you can go back. Like I checked Flowgen the other day to see like the recordings. And if I check it out, I think we're almost at 2,000 hours. What are we at now? Profile.
Hey, you guys, I am so sorry to pop in and pop right back out like this, but I'm gonna have to leave. I will try to sneak in again sometime soon. Bye.
Is everything okay?
Bye.
Hi, Venus.
Are, Bye, Venus. Are those RSS feeds any different than just like standard RSS feeds, or are they special for like Twitter Spaces? And
Oh,
sorry if you could hear like a weird little engine. The cat's beside me, like freaking out, purring right now. She's so
the Zealous.one, it has an RSS feed that's like particularly catered for podcasts. So you can, with podcast sites, they all use RSS feeds to share stuff. And so, yeah, between Zealous.one and Flogen, basically, you already have the platform not only to get the recordings, download them, but also edit them and chop them into little sound bites. I'll post some examples to the top.
cool. Yeah, I've done a podcast
Yeah,
before, so I'm familiar with how to like operate an RSS feed. I just wanted to know if there was something that was unique to like pulling Twitter Spaces for those platforms. And sorry, my cat purrs so loud.
I was about to say, I
like,
hear a kitty
she's
purring.
she's like right by my face here.
So I posted an example at the top of using Zealous.one and its transcription and recording feature to cut a clip of something that was spoken and then transcribe it and then have the text with the account on it. It's a pretty good platform.
Cool. I'll check it out. Thank you.
Casey, were they really putting fake money into fake accounts at VGX? So you saw that?
Yeah, that was interesting. Eh,
Beating a dead
maybe.
horse, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, the shitty part. The shitty part is that they find somebody breaking the law, and the whole thing gets clamped down by the government. It's gone. Then you got to go through a process to prove that it's actually yours in the first place. It has to go through whatever Mount Gox-ish thing goes down. So, hey, go get them, guys. Have fun.
Let me know when you're done.
Yep.
Wait, there's another delay.
Oh, yeah.
A delay
I
on
mean, the Voyager saga, the travesty that is.
I mean, it's going through a serious voyage, a journey.
But not a fantastic ride. Fantastic ride. No, nothing. Come
Coolio.
on. Come on. You know
Coolio.
this. You know
Coolio had
this.
another song besides Gangster's Paradise.
Fantastic Voyage was his other song. I'll See You When You Get There was pretty good too.
That was a good one. That was definitely a good one. Yeah, no. Bankrupt. And one of the dominoes, basically, Celsius, etc. Good times. Good times.
You sound
Good
like your
times.
grandpa. Hey,
I feel like one.
grandpa, tell us about the crypto era. I remember that era. A lot of people made a lot of money. More people lost it. a lot of marriages broke up over that voyage. It wasn't on the brochure, but they were on the cruise now.
Yeah, that's wild. And the whole ordinals, Bitcoin inscription, craze, froth frenzy, technology, community, new liquidity. Oh my God. Here we go again. Here we go again.
You almost seem tired of it.
Oh, yeah. A little bit. And it's out of frustration only.
Did your heart not want to trust anymore?
So what was with Bitcoin? I didn't join any of the spaces on Bitcoin ordinals, but when it was like a thing a couple of weeks ago. But what was up with that? Was that just like is that just like um is it like NFTs minted on Bitcoin, or is it? I don't really understand the
Can I say
concept.
Yeah.
my thing quick before you go down your whole the Casey? I heard it described, and I like this as graffiti on a Satoshi. Carry on, Casey.
I like that.
Credit to
I like
Peter
that.
Peterson.
That's good. That's good. It's potentially a lot more, but right now it's being used that way for sure. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
NFT-ish, yeah.
What if the graffiti was a JSON file that connected a bunch of databases together?
Yeah, that's where there's a little bit of a black hole there. It's quite the rabbit hole to go down. So there's this big hype and frenzy over all the NFT Ethereum projects linking or leaping over to the Bitcoin blockchain. And behind it is all of the hardcore engineers and degens that have actually been using the tech for years. And they're more looking to use it as like a distributed computer, like a massive distributed server. And so that kind of opens things up a bit when you look at the software they're using to put the hard data on chain. So it's pretty wild. It is a change in the technology or the use of it. So there's something behind it. It's just that there's a lot of like chaff to sort through in front of it, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Sort of. So what is the purpose of doing that?
So you have truly immutable on-chain data. So everybody says like, oh, well, my Ethereum's on-chain. No, it's not really. The smart contract is, but the images, the JPEGs, the whatevers, that's all off-chain. Only the smart contracts are on-chain. So with the BTC inscriptions, the software they're using to inscribe on the chain makes that information truly on chain. So your images, your sound files, your games, whatever, it's actually like truly immutable.
So are you basically like decorating your Satoshis? So once your Satoshi is like connected to these images or whatever it is.
Kinda, but imagine that the decoration actually like linked to software that could handle computations for you or carry software packages, and you can access it even if the internet goes down. It's wildly popular. So that's the difference, is that it's the actual technology being used. Anyways,
That's insane.
it is. It's wild. It's really wild. I haven't really talked it all out loud yet, but yeah.
That must be so. I did a space in early January with Jeff Booth. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's a big Bitcoin guy. Um, he wrote a really good book called The Price of Tomorrow that kind of makes the whole concept of Bitcoin really accessible. But he was talking about all of the layer twos that were being built on Bitcoin, and at the time, like not much had really been released. Um, and so I didn't fully understand really what he was talking about, but it sounds like ordinals is kind of the first wave of what we're going to experience with layer twos in Bitcoin, if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, but
Well,
he said like basically, and he's not even necessarily a Bitcoin maxi. He's like a change the world maxi, but he believes, or he's like very clear that Bitcoin is going to be the only coin left. Like everything else is going to go to zero at some point.
it's totally possible. It totally is possible. Um, so like I'm big on the lingo, right? Like the description terms we use. And you have non-fungible tokens, and then you have artifacts. You have minting, and then you have inscribing, and those things are wildly different, but they kind of do the same thing. And they're right now, to your point, like right now they're being used and everyone's calling it ordinals, but they're artifacts. And ordinals or ordinal theory is what makes those possible. And that's, I don't know, there's a lot of moving parts. You have SegWit and Taproot as a software to allow for it. You've got cutthroat mining basically dictating block size and the functionality of the chain going forward. So, whew, that's a hard landscape to really lay out there and see clearly. It's tough.
I mean, it sounds like it's like the beginning of when the internet was starting, right? Where there was all this ambiguity and we were using terms like World Wide Web and information superhighway, but none of us really understood what that meant. From what I understand about Bitcoin, it's just like it's going to be the foundation of whatever it is we build in this new space, which is interesting. I like the new infrastructure. Um, but I'm kind of thinking now that you're explaining the ordinals to me, I'm kind of thinking of them as akin to like an NFT would be like a certificate of authenticity, whereas an ordinal would be more like an engraving for authenticity or something.
I like that. I think that fits pretty decently. Certainly in the right direction. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so I sort of understand ordinals, but clearly don't fully understand ordinals because even people fucking around with ordinals don't fully understand what they're doing yet. This is good.
Dude, by the way, Mike, I started converting images to SVG or trying
Dude,
to.
the SVG is the secret.
Dude, how the fuck? Man, that's
Here's the thing.
tricky.
Why does
When
it why does it make it why does it make it better?
The data size is a lot smaller.
you're using code to draw the images rather than dragging in a JPEG.
Don't you already have SVG files using Adobe?
Yeah, you could. I'm sure you could.
I thought he was using Adobe to begin with, but that's
No.
standard.
So I can save it as an SVG in Adobe.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Especially like exporting out of Adobe to an SVG. Da-na.
Okay.
He's thinking.
Yep.
Computing. White cisgender male is computing. Yeah, SVG will change your life. That's what I'm using for the user interface that I'm creating right now. That thing I showed you? SVG.
Oh, shut the front door.
Yeah,
That's SVG, really?
you understand now.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And when I don't know, it's really good.
It's I mean, even if you're not paying, like all your other files, if you want to just convert them over into SVG files, just use the website.
The
Yeah.
crazy
Oh,
thing with the SVG is because it's like images generated by code, you can zoom in until your heart's content.
Mm-hmm.
This is exciting. I want to play with this. This I like. Rect, I was just looking at your profile picture, and because it's so tiny, it's so cool. It reminded me of Barbara Kruger. Was it Barbara Kruger inspired? Am I saying the name right? Rect? Is it Rect, Baroness?
Yes, it's Baroness. I'm sorry. I'm on my alt account just in case or whenever Twitter screws up on my other one. So this is the wrecked version of it, and I don't normally respond to anything other than Kit.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
But I missed everything you were saying. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. I was just saying I really like your profile picture. It reminded me of a Barbara Kruger type thing when it's small.
Thanks. It's actually a glossy tear off of I'm in Michigan, and it was off of our Detroit magazine.
Anyway, so what are you guys doing with the SVG files? What project are you working on right now?
so the goal is to make the smallest data package possible with whatever imagery you want to use, because that makes it cheaper to inscribe. On top of that, there's a 4 megabyte limit that you can't exceed, and that's wildly expensive to get to. But that's why SVG in this context is fitting in.
Is there a program that you're using to convert the code to an image, or is it the other way around?
Well, I just got schooled that I can have my image in Adobe and export it as SVG
Thanks,
file.
Kit.
So, yep. I actually, before that, I went to just a website. There's multiple websites, multiple apps. If you don't have Adobe,
I'm gonna send you the link right now. It's just a free converter.
Cool. Yeah, I don't use Adobe. The only image program I really use is Procreate.
A 4 megabyte is the max that you can use on an ordinal.
Unless you link the ordinals together. Da-na.
Oh god, that's lame. all that is like, you can now BitTorrent. Now you can download your exciting ordinal that's actually a giant image of the Mona Lisa in just 9 million pieces. Hmm.
Hey, Justin Tron put in a bid for credit sweep, so anything's possible these days.
It seems like until a better compression standard arrives, to get the fidelity of the image you want, you're going to have to link to it.
Dude, I just had a horrible thought.
Hmm.
Well, if you use ordinal theory and number out all the Satoshis, all 10,000 in a node,
hmm
and you inscribe a tiny little bit of code on each Satoshi,
hmm
could you then manipulate the node because you have a little bit of control of all the Satoshis?
You have to have 51 percentile.
Well, you could theoretically you could have 100%. Oh well, not 100. Oh, I see what you mean. Well,
I mean, the other thing too is the more you mint at the same time, the more the miner extracted value robots are going to be feasting, right? So I think that's what I always think about, is the MEV landscape of this stuff.
remind me again.
Miner extracted value is when miners, because they have preferential access to data about to be written to the blockchain, they front run the transactions.
But that's not the finalized.
Yeah, miner extracted value is very popular on Ethereum. But now that this is happening, believe me, there are people looking at that mempool.
Well, the problem with the mempools and how Ethereum does stuff with the front runner or the validations versus finalizations, you have a parallel blockchain, which I call the blockchain graveyard, that it creates with its uncles, which is failed transactions that actually just waste gas fees.
I've been involved in numerous secretive narrative pumps on BTC and have 300 confirmed ordinal punk sales. I am trained in MEV bottling, and I'm the top flipper out of all wallets. You are nothing to me but just another target. Just know that they're there.
Casey, how good are you at math and physics?
Physics, not so much. I don't. Sometimes I'm okay, but meh.
Well, how good are you with just fractional math equations?
Sometimes I get lucky.
Pass.
Wait, what do you what do you
Well,
got?
because your distribution would just be a simple it would be a hunting sequence that you create with a compiler. And is this record? Yes, it's recorded. So, oh well, screw it. Because people aren't smart enough, it's actually hit and miss. But what you'd end up doing is factionalizing the variables of what's possible, of how many equations that you're looking for, and then you have to figure out your own algebraic equation to hunt the sequence down and break it down to where you want, such as per hash rating per block in the future, and how you would disperse whatever fractional amount of whatever you're doing, your NFTs, into each block to attack each coin.
Like 51.01%, something like that.
Well, I mean, how many blocks per hour is it going to be able to transcribe? Per blocks per hour will be 300 kilobytes. So every hour for the hash rating to go through, how many can you get, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I put a meme at the top about it. You ever look into Bert C. Miller and the Flashbots?
No.
Okay, yeah, look up Flashbots. You'll find,
Okay.
you want to talk about degens in Ethereum? These are the fucking like degens with a button-up shirt.
Whoa.
Flashbots, dude. This is how they're like liquidating folks at their ass, and they're like, "Hey, what happened?" And it's like, I don't know. Somebody was watching.
Well, I mean, essentially, what would be super fun is, let's say somebody has a project, doesn't even have to be on, Bitcoin, uh, blockchain. It can be anything. Just look at the contract, the original contract creation of the hash, and use that text hash to kind of pinpoint anything that's going to be minted on chain through the validation. And that way you basically have your own personal like virus that will just sticky onto it to where that would be, through factionalization, you will also fractionalize their IP rights to that mint out that they own.
Whoa. Dude, jeez. Ah. Oh, wow. Okay. That's
I
enough
mean,
for me. I quit. I'm all done. No, I quit. I'm done.
essentially, what you're talking about in a large, like a more, it's too vast to take over a node, but to control a contract and the projects are being minted out on it, you can do that per block.
Like I said, it was a horrible idea. Wow. Okay.
I put some stuff from Bert at the top. How one bot lost millions to a bug and led the highest proposer payments of all time. So this guy like tracks all of the MEV induced disasters or opportunities.
I'd like to thank you for entertaining me this evening before I head off to go watch TV with the missus. I'm all done. Dude, I can't handle it. You guys shake my brain every time. It's not fair.
Well, we're all speaking colloquials, but it would be possible with what we have available. Just a lot of brain power.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate being an imagery driven person. People describe things, I see the picture, and wow, that's terrifying. I'm good.
Well,
I'm going to bed.
just imagine a virus. You go, just like the COVID, COVID-2,
Oh
SARS,
God.
go
Okay.
entering in
Okay.
and
No.
going
No. I'm all
ahead
done. I'm all
and
done. Good night.
changing out the RNA to where the ribosomes transcribe. Aye. All right. Thank you, everybody, for humoring me. I did my job for the night. I feel better about myself. I have to go buy a new hard drive, and I was really pissed off, but now I feel better. Dan, have you ever done that on accident? Wiped out your fucking hard drive and you didn't have, now that computers don't come with a CD drive like CPUs and stuff,
Yeah, I kind
yeah,
of
you don't
do.
have a disk.
I'm a multiple backup guy. I tend to do cloud, and then I also back up the old hard drive the old-fashioned way. But then I always kind of upgrade, and then I have like the wall of laptops. Let's go back and journey into Dan from 2008, right? But yeah, I don't know.
I did everything backwards when I was trying to do, I don't do cloud, I do everything on external,
That's cool.
but I cleaned out the hardware before the
Mm,
software. And then I had to go into the CMD and go through the root files, and the disks are all empty to the main root. So that means I can't even read out a thumb, to
yeah.
insert externals. And that means I just have to completely replace my hard drive. It's not fried, but yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not going to be able to redo everything through the BIOS.
Mm. It's another night of weird research. Tonight I'm reading potential revisions to the Farm Bill. Well, why do we care about that? Ag tech is a really cool space for funding. I don't know. It's just fun reading about who's going to put what money and what support where, and then just try to figure out where is that made up. You know what I mean? Where's the intersection between this funding, who needs it, and the possibility of a conversation to occur? It's fun.
Hey, Pylon, did you manage to pull your guitar out? Hello. Hi, kid. How you doing? Oh, she's gone.
Syndicate Silent Radio. Hey, everybody, welcome to Study Hall. Everybody's working in the background and something new and exciting. You're encouraged to share breath on air whenever you feel like it, but otherwise, go back to holding your breath.
MetaBaby sent me an awesome tutorial, so I'm just going through and learning how to read a tab because the first time I looked at a tab sheet, I was like, oh, my brain is
Awesome.
not smart enough for this. But no, it's fun. This is fun.
MetaBaby has that kind of crazy, like, I just found this document about nuclear research. I'm not really sure what it's about. Might be able to teleport you to the other side of the moon, maybe Earth. You know, if you teleport to the moon, you're gonna need an oxygen suit. Here's the suit I found for you. She's like classic. She's like the. She reminds me of the engineer in Firefly, the chick that was like running the control room, who was kind of like just super nice and everything. Yet at the same time, she's like meets that doctor and like, I really like and everything. Hey, can I kiss you? It's like I love that kind of like. That's an awesome show. It makes me want to watch that now. All right, I got to do some voiceover, folks. I'll be back.
Hello.
Hello, always.
Hello,
How
hello.
are we?
Hi.
Hey. I was just gonna say no, I haven't had time to get the guitar out, but today is Friday, so tomorrow or tonight actually I should bust it out. And a little hint, Ellie, on like reading the tab. So if you've got the guitar, what I used to do is you can sort of slide it down so it's like sitting on your lap, uh, instead of vertically upright, sort of horizontally, and then you can the tab makes more sense because you can see the numbers, and it's like, oh, yep, the numbers and the lines map to the strings on the guitar if you just lay the guitar flat in front of the tab.
That totally makes sense. Yes, I will absolutely try that. Thank you.
No worries. I just came up here to say that, but I'll probably go down to listener because I've got some work to do, but I might come back at 3 o'clock if you guys are still going. Oh, well, half an hour time, my 3 o'clock, your, I don't know, midnight or something.
Sounds good. I'll just be in the background practicing. I'll see you then.